All right, we're working on firewood here today. I just want to get this little pile of logs cleaned up so that they're kind of out of my way. I'm having to mow around them, you know what I mean? And we're running a vintage saw to do it. So the moral to this story is don't worry about getting everything done all at once. You know, some people have a tendency to look at the big project, and sometimes they don't even get started on it because it's so big. And that's not the way to do it. Chisel at it a little bit at a time, just get started. Just do a few minutes of work at a time, and that's kind of the way I do it. I'm not trying to get it all done at once. I'm just looking to do it a little bit at a time. And I haven't done any work for a while because I wrenched my knee so bad, and it still hurts, but I can move now, so we're working. But yeah, let's run this vintage Homelite bow bar and get these little logs taken care of. Well, the wood's all cut. I just got to get her stacked up here. It's nice with this stuff here. It's small enough I didn't need to split any of it. Kind of saves you some extra work, if you know what I mean. Now, I was debating on whether or not I should even cut and stack and split and all that stuff, because you know, I'm working on switching over to the outside boiler. It really doesn't care. So I decided to go ahead and do it, because if something would happen, I can't get everything done to switch the outside boiler, or say something would break. You know, it is a used unit. I've never fired it, you know what I mean? And if something would go wrong, I can still, you know, I'm still set up that a little bit of splitting, I can keep using my current one, you know what I mean? Same wood burner I've been using. So that's why you're seeing it like this. I could come in, you know, split all this one time. I mean, this is fine for it. This is fine for it. I mean, a lot of this, what I'm stacking up today, would go in it just fine. But, you know, with the way I have it now, it would literally be like one more split on each piece, and I'd be good on the other wood burner. So that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. You know, just, I got a backup plan. All right, there she is. How long did that take? The stacking took 10 minutes. So I'm gonna take a break here quick. All right, I got a little breath there. You can see she's done. Pile logs is done. She's all stacked. I don't know how much was there. I didn't try measuring, but I can tell you we're probably, I don't know. I think we've exceeded 2 cord of work, probably 3 on the stack, pushing 3. Yeah, I'd say we've exceeded 2, probably pushing 3. And this is, I mean, a lot of this is unsplit. So it actually, in split form, it actually takes up more space. So, you know what I mean? That's why I'm thinking we could be pushing 3. There's typically, what, 6 to 7 cord per triaxle load. And I don't think we're halfway. I think we'll be halfway about the time this stack gets to here. You know, so once this is done here, we'll be probably at the halfway point for that triaxle load. Never gonna get more, you know. I'm just getting out of the sun. It's a little over 80 today. It's warm, and I'm not used to it. I'm sitting here holding a full bottle of water. That'll give you a brain freeze. Whew. But yeah, I guess the point of this story is just work at it a little bit at a time. You don't need to do it all at once. So many people see projects like this and just go out there and bust their butts until it's done. And you don't. This is, what, 45 minutes of work between the cutting and the stacking? And I didn't work my butt off, you know? Enough time to build up a sweat, burn off some of that, you know, excess flubber. You know, I've had some guys tell me, so at work, I've been on a special project for a couple of months, like 3 or 4 months, and I had somebody tell me that I looked like I lost a decent amount of weight. So I don't know, I can't tell. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to lose some weight, you know what I mean? But anyway, here's a little bit of a video for you, cutting wood, getting her stacked. Love the bow bar, she works awesome. Probably won't need to run it again for a while. Chain got a little loose on me. She's definitely a little loose. we'll have to get her tightened up. I was starting to wonder if it was going to pop off. But I got another bottle of water here. I'm going to finish it and yeah, put this saw away. I think I'm going to take a break for a little bit. You know, it's just this is a Sunday afternoon little chore. I mowed the grass today and I had to mow around it, and I thought to myself, you know, I should just go ahead and get that done. It took less than an hour. You know what I mean?